So you mean to tell me that y'all are bullying this lady on the internet because she says she wasn't attracted to her husband at first? If we're being honest, half of y'all were not attracted to y'all partner at first. Y'all just upset that she got on here and said that.
For the married women, when you first met your husband, were you attracted to him or it was not your type? The internet is on fire because this woman came online to say she was never attracted to her husband. She was never attracted to her partner when they met. She usually like light-skinned men. But this one is dark, is this. But now she's in love with him. She loves him so much. But initially, she was usually not attracted to him. So I'm going to ask you, if you're married or you're in a relationship, you're in a serious relationship, were you physically attracted to your man before you guys got together, or you just like, you know what, it's not really my type. I don't really like dark skin guys, but it's dark. Let me hear what he has to say. Maybe I'll get to know him. When I get to know him, when I get to know his character, when I get to know who he is, maybe that's when I'll start liking him. Which is yours, okay? Because the conversation is as in both men, both women, everybody is talking about it. Let me roll the clip for you all to watch, and yeah, we'll come back and talk about it.
Hey, wait. Okay, so I've been seeing this a lot with Clarence and Queen, but it's genuinely true. Like, you cannot date your type. If you are constantly dating your type and it ain't working out, girl, check them DMs. Look at his picture. If it's like, that's the one. I'm telling you, baby. When I met my boyfriend, who's my husband, about 2 days, okay? Because I was so used to like talking to light-skinned boys or just talking to boys who were more worried about their self, right? I done met a roughneck country bumpkin nigga who would do everything for me, and I almost passed him up because he was dark-skinned, a little rough. Oh, y'all, when he's so fine to me, like, I will lick. My husband is so fine to me. I'm telling you.
This is a video that got everybody talking on the internet. Hey, beautiful people, how y'all doing today? It's your girl, Mara David, and thank you so much for tuning in. Another interesting video. So, were you firstly attracted to your partner before you guys got together? Is it your type? Is it that you usually like tall men, but it's short and you're like, let me hear what he has to say. I'm not really attracted to him. Maybe later I will get to know him. Or do you think it is wise for women to go for men that they're not physically attracted to, but they get to know them personally, if they are kind, if they are loving, if they are caring, you know, all those kind of qualities? Or you feel like, get attracted to somebody, you must be physically attracted to your man first before you get to know him? Which is your take? Because there are a lot of reaction on this video, and there were men reaction, there were women reaction. So what I did is, I'm going to start with the women reaction first. I'm going to post my second video later today while we talk about the men reaction. Let us watch what women have to say, because some women are like, why are you guys coming for her? Because when I met my partner, I did not find him attractive. I don't even really like him. And so when I got to know him, that is when I started liking him. Why some women were like, why would you say you are not physically attracted? Why would you not be physically attracted to somebody before you get to know him? These are what men are saying, that we women, we just pick anybody that comes to us. Interesting video, right? Let me show you all this clip, and yeah, I'll come back and talk about it at the end of the video.
I met my boyfriend, who's my husband now. He'll even tell you.
Tell us what?
It took me about 2 days to start liking him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being for real.
Why?
Because I was so used to like talking to light-skinned boys or just talking to boys who were more worried about their self, right?
She goes on to talk about how good her husband is to her and how she almost passed up a good man. And her advice to other women is, maybe the man that you want doesn't look like, act like, come across like the man that you always wanted. You're saying the same thing that every other man has always said, and that is, give one of us a chance. Meanwhile, they're waiting for their type. There's a saying that goes, give a man 10 women and he'll keep looking. Give a woman 10 men and she'll choose. Because oftentimes women are forced to pick out of this bunch. They're bachelors into their 30s, their 40s, and their 50s. Meanwhile, they'll call a woman over 35 a leftover woman, because how dare she be picky when She could have just picked one of them. Did you even consider what saying all this publicly would do to your husband and his self-esteem? We need to stop throwing our partners under the bus just to prove a point. This isn't anything that hasn't already been said. She's saying 6 and the men are saying half a dozen. And what they're both saying is settle. Meanwhile, men are on here talking about how they don't like small boobs or small butts or thin lips or tattoos or plus size women. So men can consider looks, but women can't? Last year, I made a video about these men saying they met the perfect girl. Unfortunately, she doesn't look like what they want her to look like, and they were sad about it. Meanwhile, women are being advised by other women to ignore a man's face, physique, and finances and just look at his heart. Are they looking at ours?
So you mean to tell me that y'all are bullying this lady on the internet because she says she wasn't attracted to her husband at first? If we're being honest, half of y'all were not attracted to y'all partner at first. Y'all just upset that she got on here and said that. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I grew up in church, so I heard it all the time. Like, people who got with these quote-unquote pastors and deacons in the church, they'd be like, oh, I wasn't thinking about him. He wasn't my type. He wasn't this, X, Y, and Z. If you go online and watch half of the How I Met My Husband videos, most of the time women are on there saying, well, I wasn't really attracted to him at first. I wasn't thinking about him like that at first, you know? Y'all just are offended by things that has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. If they like it, we should love it. Let's go back to those days. If you like it, I love it. Let that lady be happy. Why are y'all mad? I understand y'all are saying, if the roles were reversed and you said it, I understand it, y'all. But what works for other people works for other people. Leave that lady alone. They happy. You can see on her page, she always talking about what she do for her husband because she loved that man so much. Y'all just like to make a mountain out of a molehill.
Okay, so I see all this discourse. This girl talking about how she was never attracted to her husband. This man also talking about how he was never attracted to his wife. And I'm here to give my 2 cents. But let me just give this disclaimer. This is the reason why people cannot share their stories and do not want to tell you their business here on this internet. Y'all be asking for, oh, how did you know he was the one? How did you know she was the one? And when people tell you, y'all be trying to like police people's stories. Y'all don't want the truth. You want a fairy tale. You want us to lie about how it all went down. And the truth is that love is really not all about diamonds, roses, let me take you out for wine, dinner, all that stuff. Like, sometimes it's in the nitty gritty. Sometimes it's a little bit like rough and tough. I also was not attracted to my husband at all. Like, he was the last person on earth I ever thought I was gonna end up with. Actually, he was not even on the list. Like, absolutely did not think that he was a possibility. Didn't even consider him at all. My husband is bald. I love a man with hair. My husband is dark skinned. I love a black man, but I did not think that I was gonna be marrying somebody that was that dark. I love a man with abs. My husband does not have abs. He's not chunky, but he just does not have abs. And mind you, my husband is not ugly. My husband is hot. Other women will tell you so. He is not an ugly guy. However, to me, based on my standards, and not my standards, but my preferences on what I thought was cute, because I love the thug. I wanted a man that was rough and tough, loved sports, had abs, had a cool vibe, dressed a specific way. Badman was not good for me. Badman was not it for me. Okay? Badman give bun. Number 1. Okay? Badman go find other Oman. Like, that's not what I wanted, but that was what I was going for. I promise you that if I hadn't gone through the heartbreak that I went through before I met my husband, I probably would not have been in the place to be able to receive and accept and see that my husband was exactly who I needed to be with. Because I was so caught up on a man that looked a certain way, had a specific type of education, had a specific type of finance, and financial mindset. Like, it was a lot of things. And I'm not saying that you should ever settle and that you shouldn't have high standards, high realistic standards. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is a lot of y'all love the big bag thug Tupac type, even y'all in the church, and they ain't saved. They don't pray, they don't fast, they don't talk to God, they can't even bring you to the throne of grace, they can't even cook a meal, they can't scrub a toilet. What are we really doing? You keep getting hurt, you keep getting heartbreak and all of these things, and you're wondering, God, where is he? Why is he not coming? Where's the man that you promised me? Yada yada yada. And you're not willing to let go off of your standard and what you have put, the expectations you put up in your mind about what this man's supposed to look like and what your life is supposed to look like, for God to literally bring the right person in front of your face and for you to accept that and go along with that. What it is, not everybody's attracted to their spouse from day one. Some people do have that story and other people do not have that story. And oftentimes what is best for you does not look like what you think it does, because a lot of our expectations and our standards as a society are based on what we have been fed by the media, by other people who have higher social statuses, who have money, etc., etc. Let me tell you something, girl, leaning real close. Let me tell you something. If you meet a man who is good, a good person, who loves the Lord, who treats you well, who will provide for you and with you, who will work, you guys can come to a common ground about how that's supposed to look like for you guys, that is the type of person that you want to be with. You do not want to be with somebody who looks good on the outside and is no good on the inside. You do not want that, I promise you. On the flip side of that, you do want to make sure that you're attracted to the person. So give yourself time. Give yourself time to know the person. That's why I really think this conversation really should stem from is not, don't be so focused on trying to get a man, trying to get a woman, that you hop into anything and you try to almost like predetermine if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. A lot of us need to really grasp the concept of dating and taking your time. Stop trying to rush through the process and just get to know somebody, regardless of what they look like, regardless of what's on the outside. Get to know them, because oftentimes attraction actually happens based on who the individual is. And you may not like how they look. They may not have fit what you thought, your person should look like and all of that other stuff. But maybe when you get to know them, you'll start to realize that who you actually want, the character of the person that you actually want, is being fulfilled by this person who doesn't look like on the outside who you think they should look like. So I don't know if you want to take the wisdom or not, but that's just my 2 cents to the whole situation. Don't knock nobody's story, okay? It's not always going to be Cinderella. It's not always going to be, not Cinderella, but like what I'm trying to say, it's not always going to be like a princess thing. Oh, my childhood sweetheart. Oh, from day one, I couldn't live without him. I couldn't live without her. She was the hottest thing. He was the hottest thing. Next to sliced bread. Like, no. Sometimes it's going to be that one that you just is not your type. Like, they're just not cute from the outside at first. And then you get to know them. And they become genuinely like the sweetest thing ever, the hottest thing, the sexiest thing to you ever. Trust me. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents.
I watched that lady's video about not being attracted to her husband when she first met him, and I think her point went over a lot of you guys' heads. You guys missed her point because of the first 5 seconds of her video, and I have a completely different perspective. A lot of us type is literally just what people look like on the outside. A lot of us are single and wondering why we end up in 5, 6, 7 situationships in 1 year. And it's literally because your type is, what a man looks like or what a woman looks like. I like tall, dark, and handsome men. But a lot of these tall, dark, and handsome men that you like are also very self-centered and don't want to marry you. Her point was sometimes you need to look beyond just what someone looks like and actually see a person for who they are. And you will recognize that your type should also include the qualities that a person has. Well, I like a man that make me laugh. Girl, you are 30. Pick something else. You guys miss out on a good person because they don't come in the package that you expect them to be. I'm trying to tell you guys that you need to look beyond just the physical of a person, because a lot of times the man that you might think, I don't want that person, could be the man who would move mountains for you. I'm just saying.
I'd rather die like 6 feet under the ground than be with a person that feels like they're not attracted to me, or that I'm ugly or I'm not that attractive, but they decided to settle for me because they deserve love and they want to be loved and they know I'll give that to them. Go right to the deepest, the hottest, and the most suffering part of hell, baby. Fuck out of here. What do I look like? There's a lady who got on here, I'm not tagging her because she's a fucking colorist, who made a video about she gave her husband a chance even though he's dark-skinned, because she's used to dating light-skinned men and men who care about themselves, because dark-skinned people don't care about themselves, right? And she got with him and she almost blocked her blessing and missed on her blessing because she doesn't date dark-skinned men and she married one and he's not attractive. Have you lost your fucking mind? And I'm not tagging her because she's a fucking colorist. If you want to go find her, I think the caption of her video is, I'm not attracted to my husband, or some shit like that. I've been saying this for quite some time, and I'm going to say it until I can't say it no more. Do not be with someone. Do not date someone if they've never been with a person like you. If you're not their type, you being their exception is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Any kind of conflict y'all have is going to be worse because they think you're fucking ugly. And if they get the chance to dog you out with their type, they're going to fucking do it. Do not be with people and be their exception because you want to be with them so bad. They don't fucking respect you. That's mad dehumanizing. That's mad embarrassing. Even if you have the thoughts that this is not your usual type of person or you're unattracted to them, which why would you be with someone you're unattracted to unless you're fucking using them? Those words should never leave their mouths for you to even, like, for people to even know that. It's not all thoughts need to be said out loud and expressed.
I just gotta say it as someone who's affected by this mindset. As women, we are definitely taught that attraction in terms of romantic partnership needs to be put last. And I'm just on here to say being single is absolutely an option, especially for me, because I cannot, all my friends know it, I cannot fake how I feel. Like, if I am hurt, if I don't like a situation, if I'm not happy where I am, you will see it written all over my face, all over the way I speak, the way I talk, the way I walk. Like, I will wear that emotion on my sleeve. That being said, I'm not attracted to my husband, or I wasn't attracted to my husband at first, specifically in the context of not that you needed to heal so that way you could be treated right and accept good treatment, but you saying that you think this man was hideous, and if anyone else was like, oh, he's not attractive, you would agree with him, but you're out here like, but that's still my man, is absolutely terrible. Terrible to do to somebody, terrible of a position to put yourself in. Like, I just cannot agree with that. But I'm one of those people I'm one of those women who will literally admit I do, to an extent, care about looks. Not to the point where I feel like it should be first place, that like, if he's treating me right, I'm like, oh, as long as he looks good, no. But I do care if me, not society, not you, not my mom, not my dad, not my friends, if I am attracted to the man that I am with. I do absolutely care about that. I do. And I'm not gonna feel ashamed for admitting that I care if I am attracted to my man. But society definitely tries to teach us women that attraction does not matter. And I just want to put my foot down and say, I don't care. I would rather literally be single for the rest of my days than force myself to partner with someone that I can barely stand to look at. Like, I'm not doing that. Or if I have to play mind games with them myself, or trick myself, or lie to myself to like this man, I do not need to be with that man. It is wrong to do to myself, but especially wrong to do to that person. Like, it's just really messed up of a situation to put anyone in. I could only imagine. I know if a dude was with me and he's like, oh, I'm with her because she's nice, she's not really my type physically, I'd be hurt by that. So I don't want to put anyone in that position myself. I'm just saying, get it together.
This app is filled with so much double standards that I just cannot take it. Y'all will sit on this app and say the same shit that somebody else said that y'all condemn them for saying, but if the right person say it, then it's okay for them to say it. For example, that young lady who got on here and say she was not attracted to her husband and you need to stop dating your type, and all of y'all in the comments, y'all are stitching this, y'all are like, yeah girl, yeah. But when Toby and Wigwe said when he met his wife, they were friends, and he did not want to date her, and he did not like her because he did not see her that way. He did not say it because she was unattractive. He didn't say nothing like that. He just said they were friends, and he saw her as his homeboy instead of in a romantic way. And y'all been eating that man up ever since. And we see the way that this man loved his wife. We see how many songs he talk about her in. He don't go nowhere without his wife and his kids. That man loved his wife, and y'all have still been condemning him for the fact that he said that he did not want her when she wanted him because he looked at her as a friend. But it's okay for a woman to get on here and say, I did not like my husband when, when we met, I was not attracted to him. He was unattractive. He was dirty. He was dingy. He was ugly. He was stinky. Whatever she said. And y'all are okay with that, because as long as a woman can say it, it's all right, right? That's a double standard. If you feel like it's wrong for somebody to say, I didn't like my mate when I first met them, regardless of the gender, then it's wrong. But y'all gotta stop with the double standards, because I can't take y'all serious on here. That's why I can't take y'all serious. Y'all are a joke. Y'all are a joke. And for the record, some shit, just tell your friends or put in the goddamn diary, because it don't need to come online. Y'all are embarrassing as hell. As hell.
Why is everybody so shocked that that lady is saying that she was never really attracted to her husband when she first met him? That is nothing new. So many people get with people for different reasons. And sometimes they are not attractive. They are funny looking, but the person treats you good and you accept them for who they are. Looks ain't everything, but you do want somebody you can look at. But that has always been a thing for women. We will look at a man, he might not be that attractive, but if he treat us good, or of course, and if he got a few dollars, a woman they'll still mess with you. And it's crazy, because some people are just like opportunists. I mean, if they can benefit from you in some type of way, you can make their life easier. They don't care about the way you look. I mean, that's just point blank. It's the truth. And women, I don't know why that's the shocker. Some of these celebrities be having the most beautiful women, and they're not much to look at. So that should tell you something. If you got a couple dollars, or you bring something beneficial to the table, your looks ain't gonna matter too much to a woman.
Some of y'all are talking about, I wasn't attracted to my husband when we first got married or first got together. What do you mean? I'm not talking to nothing I'm not attracted to. I don't get it. I don't get it. Help me understand. But I gotta be, I gotta feel some type of attraction somewhere. I just can't.
If you're still here, kindly put your thoughts and your comments. Like the video, subscribe, share the video to friends and family. We have to get this conversation going, you guys. So now, would you say that you were physically attracted to your partner before you guys got married or before you started a serious relationship? I feel like if you're not physically attracted to your partner and you just jump like that, you're kind of like following society trend. Because I feel like men, when they see you, if they're not attracted to a woman physically, they will not come and meet you. You attract them first for where you are. They will not say, oh, you see, when you tell a man what do you want from a man, what kind of woman do you want? A man will tell you how he wants his physical woman to be. A man will tell you, oh, I like women with big boobs. You will never see them with a woman with tiny boobs. No offense. One will tell you, I want a woman with big butt. You will never see them with a woman with flat ass. They always have their preference. They always have who they want to be with, and they always follow what they want. That is men for you. But we women, we have what we want. And most of the time, when we young girls were growing up, then we usually say, oh, I want TDH, tall that can handsome, tall that can handsome. If you don't want TDH, you want tall that can fair. Well, I feel like if you put like 100 girls in a room, almost all of them will tell you, I want tall that can handsome. I don't want tall that can fair. Or I don't want tall, fair, and handsome. It must be handsome, it must be tall, and it must be dark. Those are the kind of qualities that younger girls usually look for in a man, right? But later on, when a short guy come and meet you and it's fair, you that you want TDH, and a short guy that is kind, is light skinned, and is kind to you, he loves you, he shows you how much he loves you, you forget the kind of man you want to be attracted to, and you kind of see his behavior and the way he's nice to you. We women, we usually fall for it, right? So the thing is, I feel like it's always very dangerous for you not to follow the kind of man that you are not physically attracted to, Because at the end of the day, if you guys get married and you wake up one day and you'll be like, what did I even see? You're like, physically. Really, because I feel like sometimes when you marry somebody that you're physically attracted to, you know that this is what attracted you initially. And this should always stick, because you know that, oh, once I see somebody that has tattoo all over his body, I am not interested. Oh, I'm interested with someone that has so many tattoos all over his body. So once I see a guy that has so many tats, you like, okay, I love men that braid their hair. Once I see a man that doesn't braid his hair, I do not like, all those kind of qualities and all of that. I feel like women should always hold firm to their preference, but you waiting to get to know the person first is not always right at the end of the day, because men will not wait to get to know you first before they choose you. You are physically attracted to them first of all, before they decide to be rich. I'm going to hold my other thoughts in the part 2 of this video, because yes, we're going to talk about men reaction, because the men are like, oh, if it was us that did not talk about this, if we're the men that said we're not attracted to our wives before we met and all of that, you women will be all over us. The men reaction video it's quite interesting. You all, it's very interesting. So I'm gonna post the video later on, and yeah, let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Respectfully, it's your girl Mara Davis. As I said earlier, please like, share, and subscribe, and thumbs up the turn on the post notification bell. And yeah, I'll see you on my next video. Bye.